welcome back to my channel. My name's Katie. In this video I'm going to be doing a full face testing the brand Pop Beauty. I have tried one product from them in the past, which is their highlighter, and I didn't get a highlighter for this video, so we'll just use the one that I've already had. Again, I don't have every single thing for a full face, but I feel like I have most of the products. It's definitely enough to make a video on, that's for sure. Got everything in here. I do have to say they have really cute packaging. It actually made my order about 3 weeks ago, so it has taken a while to get here. I think they were having some trouble. I don't know if it's been sorted now, but I got my products eventually, so it's fine. But just bear in mind, if you're ordering from their website and you need the products quickly, that for me it took 3 weeks. So but the customer service person I emailed about it was very nice, so I'm not going to complain about it. It's fine. I got my products eventually, so there you go. And I think they did give me a £10 refund just for the inconvenience, so that was nice. She used to be on Superdrug. I don't know why they're not on there anymore, because the highlighter I got from Superdrug originally, so I've got no idea what happened there, if maybe they just weren't selling well or whatever. They do have the whole range on their own website, and I think they are available in quite a few countries. I'm not sure, but obviously this was popbeauty.co.uk that I bought it from. So the first thing I'm going to test out is the eyeshadow. I've already got a base on my eyelids, so the eyeshadow products I've got. So first I've got this palette, which looks absolutely cute, and my lights are just going crazy over that. So this is the Pop Beauty Light Show Palette Dusk Deluxe. Let's take that off so that the lights won't go crazy on it, but doesn't that look absolutely gorgeous? It's so glittery. It has got some, I'm assuming they're pressed glitters. I mean, you touch them and glitter comes off. I feel like I'd want to use a glitter glue with that just to be safe. I probably will use one because there's 3 in there. It's mostly a shimmer palette. It's got these really cool baked shades in it, which looks super cool. It's only really got one just straight up matte in it, which is this sort of reddy brown one. The rest of it is either the baked shades or shimmers or glitters, so just something to bear in mind if you would prefer more mattes in a palette. But I mean, I've got one, so there you go. I did also get one of their liquid eyeshadows. This is in the shade Cosmic Confetti. They've got a few different colours of it. There's a silver one. It's literally just a liquid eyeshadow. That's it there. Let's just do a little swatch. Super glittery. Ooh, that's nice. It's got almost sort of a goldiness in it as well, silvery gold. Yeah, I'll try and use that in the eye look. So I do like to just do one eye off camera, so hopefully that I can, get something nice, and then I'll just repeat it on camera on the other eye. So I'm going to use these two and see what I can do. So I'll be back with one eye. Okay, so we have an eyeshadow of some sort. Hopefully we can do that again. I started by using the matte Ready Orangey shade here, and I'm just putting that above the crease. And this shade is pretty pigmented and it blends pretty well so far. So good. Let's zoom in a little bit. Next I'm going in with this sort of brownie shade. It looks kind of matte, but it's not matte. It probably doesn't even look matte actually. It's got a little bit of shimmer in it, but it's not a lot of shimmer. I mean, I don't personally agree with the don't put shimmer to the crease thing anyway, but this is going more so for the crease, just under the orange. Then putting some of this sort of champagne-y shimmery colour up here. Just putting that under the brow bone, blending it into the red. I'm glad that it does have something that you can kind of put under the brow bone, because some palettes, they won't have a white or a champagne-y, pearly sort of shade that you can put under the brow bone, or just a matte. But at least it's got something that I can sort of put under the brow bone. Then I'm using this dark green colour that has got a little bit of sparkle in it, as you can see. And I'm just putting that in the outer third. Okay, so now I'm gonna cut my crease. I'm just using the Iconic London concealer for that. Right, so in the inner third, I'm using this baked shade. It comes out a sort of peachy, orangey colour. Very nice, very pretty. And that's just going in the inner third. Then I'm using this baked shade here, which comes out like a sort of browny, silvery grey kind of colour. And that's going in the centre. And then in the outer third, I'm going back to the like dark green, glittery, shimmery shade. It's not actually a glitter, it's just got like little glitter bits in it. And I'm just putting that in the outer third. Just blending it in to the concealer. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just getting a little bit of the NYX glitter primer, and I'm just putting that kind of where the green and the silver overlap. Then I'm getting the blue glitter up here and just putting that on where I put the glitter primer. Okay, and then I'm just going to be using the silver baked shade and the dark greeny glitter just to blend that. Then I'm getting the liquid eyeshadow, and I'm just putting a little bit of that right in the inner corner. Okay, so I think they look sort of the same. Close enough. I think overall, like, I like the eyeshadows. I'm like impressed with them. Not sure how much I like this look. It's a bit weird looking, but you know, obviously there's way more shades I need to play around with there, so I need to keep working with it. I think maybe it's a type of palette that you wouldn't necessarily just use by itself, just because it is very shimmer heavy, very glitter heavy. Not a lot of mattes in it. I feel like it's probably more so the palette you'd want to use in conjunction with something else. That's just kind of a complaint, I guess, but something to bear in mind. But I mean, I think everything's performed pretty well. I feel like there was good pigmentation. The blending was pretty easy to do. So yeah, overall I'm like happy. Definitely. The next product I've got to try is actually a mascara from Pop Beauty. They have got a few actually, but I decided to go for the Lash Extension Fibre Mascara. On the thing it says it's the Lash Extension Mascara. I swear we have like 5 different names in this packaging. So I'm not sure if I want a kohl liner in my waterline, because they did have a kohl liner, but it just looked a bit like, you know, like cheap. It didn't look like the best. Like, it just didn't look like the sort of thing I wanted to buy. So I figured I'd just pass. Right. It's got an hourglass wand, and you can tell that it's got sort of fibres in it, which is fine. Just something to bear in mind. I know for some people it's a bit like, it can irritate your eyes. It can slightly irritate my eyes if I like accidentally like kind of get it in my eye when I'm applying it. Like, no shit, of course it's gonna irritate your eye if you get it in your eye. I feel like I found quite a lot of good mascaras recently in first impressions. Like, some Catrice ones were really good. The Revlon one I tried recently was good, so I'm hoping that this is another good one. Okay, I'll just do a side-by-side comparison there. I definitely think that has got a lot of volume actually. I'm quite impressed with it. The only sort of like kind of thing I complain about is because there's fibres in it. The fibres kind of like stick out in places, so it's the sort of thing where you just need to keep blending it and blending it really. But I do actually think that's got pretty good volume. I'm quite impressed with that. So anyway, let's carry on the other eye. I do quite like that. It's just a sort of thing where if you don't like fibres and mascara, you probably wouldn't like it, but I feel like in terms of the volume it's given me, that's really impressive. I can sort of feel like a fibre has fallen into my eye. See, that's my one sort of issue with fibre mascaras, is I feel like they can get in your eyeballs really easily. But overall I would say I'm pretty impressed with the volume, the thickness that that's given. Really good. So the good streak of mascaras has continued. So the next product that we've got to try is a foundation. So this is the Pop Beauty Filter Effect Base Buildable Foundation with Blurring Filter Effect. I like the sound of it. The shade is number 1 Fair, which is the light shade. They didn't have a particularly great shade range. I think there's like about 8 or so different shades. It could use some improvements, that's for sure. It looks very yellow toned, which is good, but I just have a feeling this is probably going to be dark. I've not actually looked at the colour yet. Could be alright. It's definitely very yellow toned, which, I mean, I have more yellowy undertones, so that's fine, but I don't know if that's going to be a bit dark or not, but I kind of feel like, should we just go in with it without white mixer? Yeah. I've not got to go out anywhere today, so let's just... Quite watery. might be okay actually. Seems quite like thin. I'm not sure like what the coverage claim with this is, and I don't know if it's meant to have a matte or a dewy finish or anything, but I actually think the colour match is pretty good actually. That's surprising. Okay, I think I've got enough of that on. The colour match is actually not that bad. It's pretty close to my neck, which is shocking. Not particularly great coverage, I will say that. It's, I was gonna say it's semi-matte, but the more I'm looking at it, I actually feel like it's got more of a dewy sort of finish. I definitely would not say that's particularly pore blurring. I can definitely see my pores a lot. I don't know, like I don't hate how it's looking. It's not too like heavy or cakey or anything. The coverage I would describe as like a highlight coverage, maybe low medium. It's like I can still just see a lot of my blemishes coming through around my mouth and just redness on my face. I don't know, like I'm not, I think it's a little bit too dewy for what I personally like. I'm not really into super dewy foundations because I feel like they just emphasize my pores and just sit in my pores. I don't hate how it's looking, but I'm not obsessed with it. I just feel like there's something a little bit off about how it looks. It's not bad. I think if you like a more like sort of light coverage with a dewy sort of finish, then maybe you'd like this. Also like quite like line settly, like settling into my chin line quite quickly and my under eyes quite quickly, which I mean all foundations do, but I just feel like it's doing it especially. So I didn't get a concealer from Pop Beauty. They did have like this concealer that had like a stick concealer on one end and then a liquid on the other end, but I swear to God it had like one shade. Like one shade? How? I didn't really want to bother with that. There just wasn't anything that I really wanted to pick up in terms of concealer from them. I'm just going to put a little bit of the e.l.f. Camo Concealer in Fair Warm under my eyes, and then I'm going to use the Iconic London Seamless Concealer in Fair Nude, falling out my hands, my nose and around my mouth. So I do feel like with this base I need a bit more coverage. The next thing I've got to try is the Face Magnet Powder. This is the translucent one. They do have like a few different colour shades of this. So it looks like this, and it's literally just a white powder. Like so, but as I said, they have like, I'm pretty sure it's the same powder as this but in different like skin tone shades, but I just didn't want to risk it. I'm going to just use this brush here to do my under eyes, and then my big NYX one to do that part of my face. I am more into loose powders nowadays, so I'm interested to see what this is like. So I used to just exclusively use pressed powders, and then all of a sudden I sort of just converted to loose ones. So I'm going to tap out my creases and set my face with this powder. I don't really like how it's sat under the eyes. It's just a bit, it's like it's almost sort of separating a little bit. I don't know, it just looks very unflattering under the eyes. It's not the worst I've seen under the eyes, but it's not great. It looks quite powdery, but then like it's a powder, so you know. It doesn't seem to have made my face like white. Like a lot of translucent powders will literally turn you white. It's not changed the colour of what I have on underneath, which is good. It doesn't look terrible, but it's definitely mattified. It doesn't feel the mattest. I feel like there's a tiny bit of tack still, but I already put quite a lot on, so if I just keep layering it, it's just gonna look cakier and cakier. It's okay. I don't think I'd use it under my eyes again, but I will keep trying it for like the outer parts of my face. I don't hate how it looks. I'm not particularly impressed with it though, so meh is what I think of that powder. Let's get these foundation lips off. So for cheeks, I did this palette. This is the Powwow Powder 4x Bronzer palette, which has this cute little comic book style packaging. These are what the shades look like. I feel like this one here looks more like a blush, so I will use that one as a blush, but the rest of them are more bronzy. They're definitely quite shimmery, like they're not matte bronzers, definitely not. I feel like if you had deeper skin, maybe you could use these as highlighters possibly. This one here looks quite cool toned, And these two at the top are definitely more warm toned, and then for me this one just looks kind of pinky like a blush. Generally do prefer a matte bronzer, so I'm interested to see what these are like. So I think I'll go in with this shade because it looks like it's the palest one. And hoping that this brush will fit in it, because obviously smaller pans. Definitely seems quite pigmented. Let's give this a swipe through. Okay, I actually quite like that. It's not too dark, it seems to work for my skin tone. Is it the best pale skin shade I've ever found? No, but I feel like it works fine. It doesn't come out too harsh and pigmented, which is nice. I hate it when bronzers are too pigmented. I will just give it a little blend just to see if it does blend. And even though it's like a shimmer, it doesn't look too like glittery on the face. So yeah, actually, that's quite nice. I quite like it. I don't know if it's going to be when you go to bronzer product, but it's absolutely fine. So obviously this isn't a first impression, but I may as well just use the Pop Beauty highlighter. This is the Prismatic Pop in Celestial Light. And you can see from all of the indentations going on here that I have used it a lot. I do really like this highlighter. It's so pigmented and it lasts pretty well. I do like to just put this on before blush. Yeah, I would definitely recommend trying this highlighter. Now I'm going to get this shade in here, which looks quite pinky to me, and I'm just going to put that on my cheeks as a bit of blush. Yeah, it works. The cheeks be looking good. Yeah, I don't think this is half bad. So I didn't get any eyebrow products in them. Again, they did have a few things, but they just didn't look like the sort of products that I would personally be into, so I just passed on the brows. So I'm just gonna quickly do those off camera. Okay, brows on. So let's finish off the eyeshadow. So I'm gonna go in with the orangey matte shade we started with and just chuck a load of that on into the lower lash line. Then I'm going to use the dark green glittery one and put that close to the lash line. I think I'm going to put a bit of the flash shadow in the inner corner. I will say, like, where it's sort of dried on my top lids, it has cracked a bit. But I feel like that happens generally with me in liquid eyeshadows, so I'm not going to complain about it too much. That was probably too much. Okay, that may have been too much glitter. Oh well, we'll go for that sort of look, I guess. I'm gonna put some more mascara on my bottom lashes. Okay, so the last thing I've got to try is lipstick. So this is the Pop Beauty Matte lipstick. The shade is Novel Nude, which I believe is like a brownie sort of nude. It is, it's got this really interesting sort of packaging, such a strange shape. I love a matte bullet lip, so hopefully I should like this. So yeah, it's definitely like a sort of somewhere between a pink and a brown sort of nude. So let's pop this on. Okay, that's interesting. It's quite sheer. It's not got like a really strong colour pigment, but it does feel more matte. I kind of like it. I feel like maybe I prefer a little bit more intensity of the colour, but then it's just quite natural looking though, which generally I do prefer a more natural sort of lip that doesn't really look like I've got a load of lipstick on, so I actually quite like that. I wish I'd applied it better, that's for sure. Okay, so I'm just going to clean up any mess and sort my hair out, then we'll be done. Okay, so this is the finished look, finished face testing Pop Beauty. So overall, my favourite products I think would be the bullet lipstick, the eyeshadow palette, the mascara and the bronzer palette. I overall thought they were pretty good products. The only things I'm really having issues with, I would say, the foundation I'm not completely convinced about, but I will keep trying it, and the same with the setting powder. I don't think it's too bad, but it's just not the best setting powder I've tried. But again, I'll keep trying them both and see if my opinion changes the more I use them. Also the liquid eyeshadow, like I'm not sure how to feel about, like it's very pigmented, very pretty, but it's just a bit cracky. But then at the same time I feel like all of the liquid eyeshadows I've tried have been cracky. I think it's just my eyes that these sort of products just crack on them. But I do think it has a really pretty effect and I like the colour, so I'm a bit like meh, 50-50 on that sort of product. Overall, I am happy that I have tried these products out and I think I found some good things and I will keep using these. So it's the 20th of February when I'm filming this, and I'm not sure if maybe I should put these products in my March updated makeup review because it's really near the end of February and I've already got so many products to review for my January-February recap. I'm buying quite a lot of makeup in March, so I think I'm just going to do a recap just for March. So then that makes me think maybe I should throw these products into that, so then it's a bit more of a beefy video. I've already got like 4 eyeshadow palettes that I'm trying to get looks with from January and February, and I just feel like now I've got another one, I just don't think I'm going to have enough time to do like different looks and experiment with another palette. So I'm thinking I probably will just put these products in my March recap because, I mean, it's literally almost March when I'm filming this. In like 8 days it's March, so you know. Oh shit, no, it's actually a leap year. So in 9 days it's March. 29th is the last day of February. I forgot. Either way, I will discuss these products again in more of my makeup reviews. But that is it for this video, so thank you for watching and I'll see you in my next one. Goodbye.